Alright, everybody. Now I'm gonna take you on a little tour in my garage. Let's start off with my most powerful car, my 370Z. Right off the bat, you can see it has a Neo Samurai kit. It's got a carbon VR38. It's got a not a supercharger, carbon intake. It has carbon coilovers and it makes 1711 horsepower and 890 torque. A lot of people say this car is very fast, but to be honest with you, I feel like it is slow. Like, I usually launch on third, and it just feels slow and grippy, but once I initiate, it just feels smooth. It doesn't feel fast at all. Now, moving on to my oldest car in the game, my Nissan S14. This is the first car I've had. This was the car that made me learn the ropes, improve my skill, and it's because of this car that I have multiple cars actually. It has a custom RB26, but I'm gonna change it to a carbon VR because twin pipes. And yeah, I'm gonna be showing more of this car because I made some changes to the alignment and spring settings as well. So when that drops, you'll know. Moving on to the crowd favorite, my Silvia S15. Now, the first torque drift video I did on this channel was about this car. That video actually has more than 2,000 views now, and I intend to update it because there are a few things that I've changed on this car. The Rocket Bunny kit but is the most notable change, but a few final drive settings, gearing, springs. So I'll be showing that to y'all. Now, moving on to my competition car, my Toyota Supra. I use this car in ESTD Pro 1. You can see the name tag over here. It's got an RB26 too. Now, who in their right mind puts an RB on a Supra? Well, I put it in this car for one reason. Blast pipes are on the left side. Yeah, fight me on the comments. And I'm not the first person to put an RB on a Supra. Smokey Nagata did it. Look it up. I cannot show you guys the tune I'm using on this car. It's top secret, but I will once the season ends because next season I'm going to be switching to another car. I won't say which car, but I'm going to change. And moving on to my favorite car. The car that is able to beat every single car I have in this garage, my R32. I love driving this thing. It is very smooth. The tune is not very complex, nothing out of this world. It has an RB26 too. I'm working on another tune, as you can see here, which I will show, but not now because it's not complete. And the reason I call this car Red Pill is because, well, it's red. But the pill part comes because the red pill is hard to swallow. And this car has claimed a lot of victories. Trust me on that. Now, I have Dean Kearney's car for a while. I got it on a crate. And if you want a tune for this car, let me know. I haven't driven it in a while. It is fast, but yeah, you gotta know you gotta know how to drive and how to tune if you want to have proper results with this car. Now, my 180SX. It currently has a rebuilt 2JZ. I will be putting a carbon 2JZ on it, but the settings are pretty much the same. Now, I'm still working with this car because with this kit, it feels like the steering is very responsive. Once you counter steer, it is going to respond instantly. It's not like other cars that there's still an angle and it takes some time. This thing hooks up instantly. I will make a video on it once it's complete. Now, my Corvette. It's powered by an LS. I did update one thing on this car. I put a link ECU on it. If you've watched my Corvette video, you'll see that I had an AEM Infinity, but I changed it because I looked at the stats and I got more torque and power with the link ECU. So I decided to switch it up. Recently I had another body kit on this car, but I switched back to the HGK kit. Now I wish they would fix this rear gap because let's be real, we don't have any wheels that can clear that much space or springs that do it without bottoming out. I'm a perfectionist, so this kind of detail bothers me. Now, a lot of people know my E46. I've been posting a lot of videos about it recently. There's nothing I would really like to say about this car other than it is not complete. Now, another BMW I have is the HGK Eurofighter. Like Dean's Viper, I have not driven this car since we got E-Town in the game, because for some reason the devs decided to change the settings that we had. Forgive me guys, I'm pausing because I'm listening to music while I talk. So I will be making a video on this car. Now, Viper, I actually don't like this car very much, but I'm not gonna sell it because it's not complete and it kind of fell onto the side because I've been working on my 350Z, my 180SX, my E46, and some other cars you're gonna see now. Chelsea Denofa's RTR Mustang has to be my third or second favorite car to drive in the game. This thing is smooth. It's actually my preferred drift shifters car because it just hugs the barriers. Yeah, every car that you see here, I'm preparing for YouTube videos. Some guys asked for Mustang builds, others GTRs. I am working on that. I don't have the energy or money to be able to buy everything because I got other things to do in real life. So when I can, I do it. Now we have my Ford Mustang. For some reason, the RTR body kit is buggy. You can't paint it, and it's got these black marks on it. I don't know. I hope the devs change that. But the plan for this Mustang is the same as my Corvette and E46. I'm gonna be putting a supercharged LS1 in it, and yeah, let it rip. Now moving on to my 350Z. I have been working on this car, not extensively, but every bit of money that I got, I spent on it. Like recently, I bought the Link ECU, and a turbo. Now it's time to start saving up for an engine. Plans for this particular car are carbon VR, turbo, carbon intake. Same setup as my 370Z. Now, the Ford GT. I won this on a crate. I still don't know what I want to do with this car, but whenever I finish the 350, the Mustang, and my 180SX, I might jump into this car. Now moving on to what is probably my least favorite car in the game. Charles Ng's Sylvia. Let me tell you right now, this car is pretty fucking hard to drive and to set up as well, at least to my parameters. I have no comment. Really. No comment. And now, I know someone asked for a GTR build. I'm working on that. I have bought a bit of... Let me rephrase. I've updated my suspension and a few engine components. I just haven't been doing it in depth because 350. Now, the 4586. If you guys want a setup on this, please pressure me, because I was actually tuning this car, but I stopped. It's fun to drive. In other words, it is fun. Now, my E21. I'm actually building this car using crates. So any crates I win, parts go into this car. 86. In the beginning of the channel, I have a video of a breakdown I did on this 86 when it was on import rarity. It's still on import rarity, but I sold some parts to fund other builds, but I'm resurrecting it. Now, my BMW E92. Another crate car I'm building. The plan for this is same thing for my other BMW, supercharged LS1. Now, we're gonna be moving on to cars that I haven't even touched yet, like Torque Drift BRZ, this MX-5. I actually had it built, but I sold everything. Now, the plans for all these, I'm gonna stuff a Carbon 2J into this one. Still don't know what I'm gonna do with this C30, and why is the texture... Oh my god. Let me take a screenshot of that real quick. Okay. S13. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this car yet. GT80. Oh, I ordered parts. Forgot about that. I'm gonna put a supercharged LS into this one too, because I plan on using the HGK kit. The BRZ, don't know what I'm gonna do with this. FCRX7, I might put an LS1 into this. Might. I just didn't like how it drove when I had it built. And finally, for my RX3, I'm gonna put a 26B into this baby. I just need to take out all the builds that I have still. This is gonna be the last car I'm gonna build in this game. Not saying that I'm quitting it, but these days I just haven't been feeling the Torque Drift vibe. So I'm gonna be leaving the links to the car's tunes in the description, the ones that I've done. But if there's one missing, I'll post it in the upcoming days. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you like torque drift content, please subscribe to the channel. 98% of you who watch my videos are not subscribed, so please subscribe, like, and comment. Peace out.